Hey, we are back with our game of Fiasco tonight, and I will give just a brief rundown of how this is going to go. So, we're going to be doing scenes with highlight characters as we go around. So, I'll go ahead and start us off, and the scene will highlight my character, and then we'll go to Seth, and then that scene will highlight his character, so on and so forth around the whole circle, and then we'll do it again. So, 2 full rotations, so 10 short scenes. We'll try to keep them short. That will show our movie from beginning to end. And the way that these scenes work, right? So when you start off, you get to choose whether or not you would like to establish or resolve the scene. And what that means is, if I choose to establish the scene, then I'm choosing to make up where it is, who's there, who's cast as whom. So you're free to, if you're ever establishing a scene, decide like who is in the scene. And you can also cast people as someone that's not their main character. So say we need another like person to be on the island for whatever reason, right? I think it sounded like it was just us that actually got trapped on the island, so maybe this won't come up. But say we find like some random person who's been trapped on the island for 30 years. Then I can say for that scene, say Joshua's character is in there. I can just be like, Josh, for this scene, you're going to play the crazy guy. So if we need to fill in stuff that way. But if you choose to establish the scene, then you don't get to resolve the scene. So what resolving the scene means is you get to choose how it ends. Mainly in terms of like a general category of does it end badly or well, right? So what that means, what we're going to actually be doing at the end of each scene is, if you take a look at the dice again, we're going to be handing out dice to other players based on how well the scene was. In the first act here, this means that we will be doing, we'll be giving them away. So the way this will work is, let's say I choose to resolve my first scene, and I decide at the end, I think it's going to end well. I would, describe how it ends well, and then we would end the scene, and then I'd be like, okay, cool. That was a good ending for my character. This means I get 2 white dice. We're doing an abbreviated version. Usually it'd just be 1, but we'll get through the dice faster this way. I'd say, okay, cool. I get 2 white dice, and now I get to hand them off to whoever I want to. I'm going to give them to you. And say we get to Seth's, and he resolves the scene, and he says, this scene didn't end well for my character. I think it's going to be black dice. He's going to get those black dice, and he's also going to give them away. But if he decides to give them away to someone who already has white dice, that's bad for them. So there can be a little bit of like player politics that happen here as the dice are mixed. So it doesn't matter if you get black or white by the end of the game. You want all of one color. If you get mixed dice, then your ending is going to be terrible because the dice are going to cancel each other out at the very end. They're going to like subtract from each other, and your final like score is going to be lessened by that, obviously. This will make more sense as we go through it. But that's the basic way it works. In the second act, which is the second time we can go around with the characters, you will keep the dice that are given to you by the ending you receive. So that will also shift up how the dice are divvied out and how they end up. That's the basics of it. So we'll just go ahead and get started since, Caleb and me and Seth are going first. So you'll get a good idea of how all this works as we start it off. I am going to go ahead and establish this scene. And I think the first scene is we have just crash landed, right? We are dragging ourselves out of the ocean, realizing how big of a mess we've just gotten ourselves into, or at least Seth's gotten us into, Jack Atlas. And I am loving it. I think my character is loving every moment of it. He's like freaking out about how cool the island is. He's not paying attention to how dangerous anything is. And he finds some turtles, right? And that's where we're gonna start off. And yeah, you're all playing your characters as we crawl up on the ocean. And so just keep in mind, just be courteous to other people. Don't like interrupt them or whatever. But we're gonna pass around the spotlight as the scene progresses. You guys can describe what your characters are doing, and we'll just kind of play it out, and then we'll see if it ends well or poorly for my character, because I'm probably going to be like, guys, we should start a turtle race, because I'm not paying attention to the fact that this is all very dangerous. So yeah. Yeah. Right, yeah, exactly. So we're crawling out of the ocean, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Dad, did you see this? I just like look at you and like. No, you don't understand, Papa. Look at this over here. It's a tree. It's a palm tree. I know we've seen plenty of them from the boat, but I've never actually touched one before. I don't know. You should shake one and then find out if it falls on your head. like in that cartoon I watched.
I'll attach these to him and walk over towards his son.
I forgot to unmute you guys. That's embarrassing for this section. So apparently couldn't hear that big. So go ahead and do your voice for the character just so everybody gets it.
Yes. Oh goodness, no, please. Oh, are we dead? No, I think I feel things. Son, get back here.
Yeah, so we're just arguing about palm trees and stuff. So, but yeah, what's everybody else doing? As they're crawling out of the ocean.
I'm crawling out of the ocean. I pull out my dowsing rod and I dry it off because it doesn't work when it's wet.
Right, that makes sense. And it would just be pointing to itself constantly, right?
Right. It just doesn't work. It's just flat. Watson, we've done this before.
I don't know that we've done this part specifically. Last time the crash was slightly more orchestrated, sir.
Last time there was a storm.
Yes, the storm was a nice touch, Papa.
Yes, that wasn't entirely. Yes, I take full credit for that. I'm a genius at my job. This time it was a little more authentic. I thought I'd try and make it a bit more authentic. Give us the experience of fixing the boat, please.
And I go off into the bushes and I am rustling around for something. I'm like, Father, look! And I pull out like a full sea turtle. Like I just lift it up. I think she
dinner, son.
I think she was trying to lay some eggs. No, dinner? Father, no, you don't understand. We can make them race. We can do a turtle race. I've always wanted to do a turtle race. Hey, Mr. Mr. Atlas, do you want to do a turtle race with me?
And you see Jack Atlas swimming to shore, and he gets to it, and he looks around at the look of triumph, like, yes, here at last. He looks at pats his self down, and reaches into his pocket, pulls out a piece of paper. Aha! We're still good in this. Puts it away and just slicks his hair back. He looks like he's straight out of a corny 80s action movie.
Oh yeah, I guess we should describe our characters. I'm thinking blonde. I'm wearing I don't know what. I guess this is modern age, so I don't know what I'd be wearing. What clothes would you give me, Dad? What sense of style does our family have?
I think your mother gave you several sailor suits when you left home.
Right, so we're definitely looking the part. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
I think I look probably slightly older. Definitely a salt and pepper beard, but we don't know whether the salt is literal salt or just age.
Interesting.
Jack definitely has a tight Hawaiian shirt, jeans on, these really just slick looking tennis shoes, and he has slick black long blonde hair, not long but longish, Yeah, he has sunglasses on him, aviators, of course.
Obviously. Somehow stayed on through the entire crash.
Yes.
Is Jack fit, or is he strutting what he does not have with that tight shirt?
He's not. Oh, he's not like not fit, but he's definitely not ripped. He's kind of average, but he likes to feel like he looks like he thinks he looks.
Not bad, but definitely overconfident.
Yes. I have an exact image in my head.
What is
whatever you look like, I'll look like Jason.
Oh yeah, there you go. Because you're right, you're twins.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have a 5 o'clock shadow, of course.
Yeah, probably like mid 20s. Like I'm old college friends with Jack. I mean, yeah, fairly average. Probably just wearing t-shirt and jeans, nothing special. But like, yeah.
Yikes! You just had to swim in jeans. That's rough, buddy.
I did it, no problem. Meanwhile, he's like chafed all over.
Cool.
Watson's definitely off in the corner, and he's saying, "Yes, son." And then the slowest one is our dinner.
Okay, that works. A very egalitarian way to decide who we eat.
Yes.
Who?
Oh no, we're not going to eat you, Mr. Colton. We're going to eat one of the slowest of these sea turtles that I found.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, wipes your brow. That was a close one.
Stranded on an island, things could get really bad.
All right. So I'm like, I think my character's like literally just going full in on this whole thing. So he's just like, all right, how many coconuts do you want to bet me that Sally here is going to be the winner? Mr. Atlas, can I count you in for 3 coconuts?
He is not paying attention. He's like trudged off into the wilderness.
Mr. Atlas, I'm not sure. Yeah.
No, please don't get Jack roped into this. He's gotten into enough trouble as it is. I just need to set him straight, clear things up so that we can figure out how to get off this island.
Get off the island?
Off the island.
This is the first time that my father has ever taken me on one of these trips, and I assumed it would last a little bit longer than this. Father, please don't tell me we're going to leave right away.
Everyone must bet on the turtles, and whoever loses has to cook it.
I like this.
Okay, look here, Goner. I asked for your help to run this joke with Jack, and then you went and got this whole thing messed up. You got us shipwrecked. It's like, I'm not saying Jack didn't mess things up, but come on. We had a plan.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You look familiar.
So he's crazy then.
Donner, it's me, your brother, Connor, long lost twin.
Oh, yes.
There's a triplet out there floating somewhere. Not literally
in the
floating.
ocean?
No, Will out somewhere in the world. We don't know where he is.
Oh,
But
so he has a zero gravity suit or something? I mean, how is he floating? That's my question.
No, he might be on the mainland
Metaphorically.
somewhere.
Metaphorically floating.
Can I count you in for 2 coconuts?
No, Will. No, we're not doing sea turtle races. We'll take those sea turtles. We'll cook up all of them. That sounds good way to get some food right now. Maybe we'll get some coconuts and we could eat them. And then we just gotta, I don't know, maybe get a fire going, like see if we could do smoke signals or something like that. But
I named them all already. This one's Sally, and this one's Jody, and this one over here, who might be dead already, he is Frank. And you're not going to cook them unless they lose fair and square in the turtle race.
Not to mention killing or eating coconuts is very incredibly unsporting. They can't. They're inanimate. They can't walk along. There's no way to pick the slowest of them.
Exactly. It would be.
You must cull the weak.
It would be. My father has taught me all sorts of things about the weak and the survival of the fittest.
I'll bet 2 coconuts on Sally winning.
Thank you, sir. You're very kind. What about you, Mr. Colton?
I think I'm going to find some wood to go fishing with.
Can I put you in for 3 fish then?
Sure.
Okay. And he just
Speaking of the weak, where's that Atlas fellow? If he's run off, he automatically loses the bet.
Where did Jack go? Like,
yeah, I think that's probably the end of the scene right there, because I think we see me like setting up little, like I grab like I rip off like a little like branch off a tree. I like set it up as like the flagpole for like the end of the race. I'm literally setting up, but you guys bet on the race, so I think this ends well for me because I think like people humored my childishness. But I guess I established, so it's up to you guys. For sure, you know.
No, I was gonna say it ends positively for you.
Yeah, that's what
because you convinced everyone to do the turtle races, not Jack, because he kind of took off.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
Got his own things he's doing.
I mean, I caved by the end, so
exactly. Okay, cool. So I get the 2 white dice, and then I will go ahead and give 1 to Jason and 1 to Brian. You're welcome.
Okay,
all right,
so
cool.
What do I do with this? What do I do with that one die?
Just keep it there for now. You'll start piling up dice. Yeah, just there for now. All right, Seth, do you want to establish a resolve? I mean, what happens when Jack goes off into the wilderness?
I think I want to establish if Jason's okay. I would say like probably Jack has run off into the wilderness, obviously, map in hand, and Jason comes after him looking for him because he's like, what is he doing? He's taking this too far. And maybe we'll bring in more people if the time comes to it, but we'll see.
So Jack Atlas is off in the woods somewhere, and Connor comes running up. Like, I finally stumble across you. I'm totally out of breath. You look like you know exactly where you're going. You are heading in a straight line, checking the map occasionally. Yeah. And it's like, okay, Jack, hold. Jack, hold up.
Good to see you. I'm almost there. I can feel it.
Okay, hold on, Jack. Hold on, just.
We can't hold on. There's no waiting for treasure.
Hold on, please.
Okay.
I have not worked
I'll let
out
you
since
catch your
college.
It's
I have not done enough since college. Okay, look, I'm sorry. I suppose I should take the blame for that. This is totally
take the blame
my
for
fault.
what? We're treasure hunting here.
Okay, look. Do you remember how you got that map?
Uh-huh. I got it in the mail. It was not lettered. It had no return address, just my name. And I'd opened it. I found the map, and it told me where to find the lost gold of El Fuerte. And now we are here, and we are going to find that gold. We are going to make it rich. We are going to stop working at Wendy's.
Okay, I don't blame you on that. Wendy's has not been the best job we've ever had.
You can say that again.
And I guess I got tired of Wendy's too. But look, I'm sorry to tell you, the map is fake. You remember Ryan from college? I got him to make the map up for you, and I took that thing and I wore it down, made it look old, and I put it in your mailbox. I know where you live. I put it in your mailbox for you.
I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing. You want El Fuerte's treasure for yourself. But let me tell you, you are not getting El Fuerte's treasure. This is my treasure. I'm the one who brought us here. I'll get us out with the gold.
You didn't bring us here. You sabotaged the ship.
Yeah, I know. And I brought us here.
You broke the rudder on the ship. You broke the rudder, and then we had that stupid.
If Watson had just listened to me and steered the direction I said, I wouldn't have had to break the rudder. It would have just gone here naturally.
And if you just listened to Watson more, and Donner Colton, bless his heart, if you just listened to him, as dumb as a guy he is captain. If you just listened to them, we wouldn't have gotten thrown into the brig and be stuck under there during the storm even. It's like but I'm sorry, the treasure's not real. I don't want what treasure there may be. Trust it, it's a fake map. It was a joke. Things were getting boring. I thought it'd be a great thing, and then I should have known better. I should have known that you'd. Look, I'm sorry, Jack. Can you just forget about this? We can head back to the others at the beach and just work on getting ourselves off this island.
So when he finishes that, I come walking by with my working my dowsing rod.
Yeah.
And it's pointing me to a direction as I walk by them.
I think as Jack sees Donner, he's like, no, it's mine, and books it off in the direction he was going already.
Donner, what are you doing with that stick?
Oh, it's helping me find that perfect piece of wood so that I can go fishing with.
It's a stick? How's a stick gonna find anything?
Oh no, it's a dowsing rod. It finds whatever I need to find.
It's a dowsing rod.
Yes. But it seems to be a little off with all this water that's around this island. There it is. I go over, I find this piece of really nice, really sturdy but yet flexible piece of wood. And I guess I find a stone and I break off the bottom, and because I'm not sure if we have actual tools, so I'll just use whatever cutting stone is around to cut it with and start fashioning a fishing pole.
I think that's probably a good place to end. So if you guys want to just finish the scene,
we just see Jason like looking at like how did that work? Or not Jason, Connor. It's up to us. Yeah, like how that really ends, I guess.
How does it end, guys?
It ended with Jack running off into the woods, and
still looking for gold.
Connor bewildered as I find the perfect stick.
So I guess like maybe
honestly, mixed bag.
Yeah, that's true. We could also do mixed. Yeah.
Well, it ended well for me.
It was good for Jack.
Here's the thing, though. Was it?
That's the issue. It's whether or not this is from Jack's perspective or from the universe's perspective, right? Like,
in Jack's mind, nothing has changed except maybe some of the other crew are all trying to find the treasure.
Yes.
I don't know that it's
one thing I was
positive or negative.
That's true.
He thinks that at this point they put him in the brig so they would get the treasure.
So maybe bad. I think maybe bad, right? Like, because now he's like frantically looking for the treasure, thinking everyone's against him. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get 2 black dice, and then you can give them to whoever.
Ooh.
You can be totally mean.
No, not yet. Not yet. I want to, because they were the only other 2 in the. You don't have to give them to people. Do you have to give them to people that were in the scene?
No. There's no criteria for who you give them to or why. You can make up your own criteria, but
you know what? Given that things are just going wrong for him, sorry, Jason, but I will give you 1. Oops. I'll give you 1 black die just because of how things went. I'm going to give
Yeah.
Caleb a black die.
There you go. There you go.
Just because he made me laugh in the middle of my monologue and I kept trying to not laugh in
I
the
was
middle.
dying. It was so good.
Oh, Fuertes Treasure, so I can stop working at
So
Wendy's.
that was the best part. So we could finally stop working at Wendy's. Cool. So Jason, do you want to establish a resolve?
So
So
would resolving a scene being building on the last scene specifically?
So the way it
or-
works is if you don't have an idea for a scene and you want to specifically decide how well it goes for you by the end, you can just choose to resolve, and then we establish the scene for you. Yeah, that's basically the big difference.
Okay.
Is like who gets creative control over the beginning or the ending.
I'll pick resolve a scene.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do we have an idea for what does Jason do next? I guess. I mean, would he go after? I assume he would go after Jack still, right?
What else is on his thing? He needs to. He tried to break the news gently. It didn't work so well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, actually, let's think about it. He got put in the brig too. We got to work on that a little bit. So maybe he goes back and has a conversation with Watson about what his part in this was.
Trying to smooth things over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to smooth
Yeah.
things with Watson, explain what's happening because
makes
probably what happened. Okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah, go ahead.
backtrack a little bit. What happened was Jack went into the brig in the middle of the storm, and so Watson he got put in the brig in the middle of the storm because that's when he went and started to mess with stuff. Watson put him and Connor in the brig, saying like, "I'll deal with you later," and then this is later.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. Cool. So there you go. Scene
All right.
established. You come back to the beach
Yeah.
trying to smooth
So-
things over. Go, Sally, go!
Okay, Watson, I'm so sorry with what happened on the ship with Jack. I didn't intend for things to get out of hand like that. But you didn't have to throw me into the brig with him. Like that, you didn't have to do that. It was all him. So what was up with that?
Connor. I don't think you're committed to this, are you? Yeah? What you need to understand, boy, is this is not just a joke. This is not some kind of jape or caper, no antic, lark, leg pull. This is an art form. I didn't lock you in there because you were a nonsense or a nuisance or anything like that. It's to sell the whole thing. You can't just lock him in there. Then he knows something's up. He's singled out.
Okay. The point when he breaks the rudder is the point when the joke is off. Like it's like you throw him.
Oh, really?
in
I
the
thought that was
brig.
the funniest part of the whole thing. It was hilarious. That's why I had to tell Father right away. Sally, you can do it. Just a little bit more. No, to the left.
So look, it just I don't even look. The joke wasn't supposed to go that far. It's like at the point when he is breaking your ship. I'm so sorry. I was not planning. I didn't think it would go that far. I didn't think he'd get so into it that he'd try and take control. And now he's off running around who knows where on this island, looking for that Jack, thinking you all are after it.
Connor.
What?
Don't you realize this is the most authentic it's been? We've never been actually shipwrecked before. This is wonderful. I've never had such an escapade going on.
That's the best
quite
way for your character to go. Yeah.
Look, I have studied books. I have read novels. I have done everything to make this experience amazing for them. Now I get to have the caper. I get to test out all these things to see if they actually work. The ship is broken.
Yes, we have in fact been shipwrecked.
Yes.
But now
See
we're
how exciting
shipwrecked.
this is?
No,
Minor grievances. Temporary setbacks.
minor.
Yes.
Minor. Do you have any plans once we work through eating those 2 sea turtles that your son is over there racing?
I'm
Well,
pretty
only
sure
Plans
18
after that point?
We're only eating one of them. The weakest must be cold. I think
cold. Give it a blanket, boy.
no, cold. This accent. You curse me with his father.
Pirate cuss. I
Yes,
love
and
it.
then- yes. William, Bill. Can I call you Bill? Will? Can I call you Bill? Yes,
no.
Bill. We will.
No, don't
Will?
call me. No,
William.
William. Let's do William.
William.
I don't think we're on a nickname basis. No offense, Connor.
His name
Mr.
is Son.
Dolphin, to
Get
you,
it right.
young one.
Yeah, he just turns back to his turtle race.
So okay. Okay, you know what? Do you have a
I know a
plan
lot
for
of
what we're
things.
going to do to get us off this island? Do you have a
Roughly?
plan here, Mr. Watson?
I have a rough idea. Yes.
How rough are we talking?
I think at this point, it is mostly theoretical.
Theoretical, as in an idea that could very well simply not work.
Well, when you really get down to it, isn't that all ideas when you take into the possibilities of quantum mechanics and everything?
Son, this is why I love you. I always knew you had my brains.
Sure,
Yes,
Father.
I mean, first of all, we need to check out the ship and see how broken it is.
There are pieces. Several.
Please.
So pretty broken.
You're one of those types who looks at a puzzle and says, "Oh, it's broken," are you?
So just as a point
No,
of
it's-
reference, a point of note, I'm far in the background of this scene using my dowsing rod to find worms.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, the whole time we just see him like walking back and forth.
Multi-purpose dowsing.
I think this is a good time for me to leave into the forests of the island to go find the sanest person in this group, that being Jack.
Yes.
Okay.
Find us some logs. We may need wood to repair the ship. Go to it, boy. When I said boy, I wasn't talking to you, son. I was talking to the other boy.
I was slightly confused because I wasn't listening to the conversation, but thank you for the clarification, Father.
Out of curiosity,
Sally, if
how
you
many
don't-
turtles do we have?
Sally, if you do not... Sally just lost. All right, we're going to have to eat Sally now, I guess.
Not
she was-
yet. No,
she
no,
was
we
my
haven't got
favorite.
everyone watching.
Oh, this is just
We
the
need
test
witnesses.
run?
Yes, you're going to train
Oh.
them first.
Oh, good. I was really worried that this was an all or nothing... You know, Father, I really appreciate your clear-headedness about all of this.
Of course. Out of curiosity, how many turtles do we have? How many races can we run?
We currently have 3, but I might be able to find a couple of more. Shall I be
Yes,
put on
okay.
turtle finding duty, Father?
So first, dig a big hole and put these ones in it so they don't escape.
Okay, sounds good. You know, don't turtles dig big holes to put their eggs? Maybe that's not the best. Well, we can try it and see if they escape, I guess.
Minus setbacks, boy.
Minus setbacks. Yes, Father. All right, come here, Sally. Sally, we really need to train you. You're my favorite. I don't want you to lose. Well, actually, wait a second. If you're my favorite, maybe you'll taste the best. Then he just goes there and puts the turtles in a hole.
So is that the scene end then?
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason left. So.
Yeah, I left.
Yeah.
It's his
So-
sign.
So
That's-
this end.
That seems like it was bad for Connor.
That was bad all around for Connor.
Yes, it was.
Oh, but I guess yeah. I guess Jason gets to decide it, but yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Who do you want to give those black dice to? Could be nice and give them to me, or one of them to me at least. Or I think you can give them both. I don't know. We're homebrew this part.
I'm gonna give one to. Oh no, that's not what I want. No, stop. Okay, I'm gonna give one to both. Josh's name needs to be put on the 20.
Oh
Yeah, it's still not on there. It's just question marks.
Yep. Sorry. My B. What, son? More? Okay, cool. Alrighty, cool. So it would be Brian, but he's on the phone.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I was gonna say I do like how Joshua's character. He's like, oh, we're actually shipwreck. This is amazing. It's the best.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, Jack Atlas is the name of a Yu-Gi-Oh character. I did not realize this. I just searched like cool guy character names.
Yeah.
And I picked something that went well with
Jack Atlas definitely sounds like the name of an explorer, archaeologist, treasure hunter type in a movie for sure. Got Indiana Jones, got Nathan Drake, and you've got Jack Atlas. Cool.
Would it be that detrimental if we jumped to
Joshua first? I don't think so. Yeah, let's do that. What do you want to do, Josh? Establish or resolve?
I'd probably establish.
Sounds good. Oh wait, Brian just got off.
Oh, sweet.
Perfect. We'll go ahead and do this next thing. All right, Brian, it's you. It's your scene.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't quite hear what was going on.
You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you fill me in real quick?
I think the only thing you missed was like Jason just like walked off because, or Connor did because Watson just continued to be like, this is the best thing ever. It's awesome.
I went to go find the sanest person on this island, being Jack.
Oh no.
Gotcha.
Oh, you missed that part, Caleb?
Yeah, I did miss that part.
Yes, I got that part before the phone call came.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, that was basically the end of the scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, do you want to establish or resolve? Do you have an idea for a scene, or do you want to figure out how it ends?
I have an idea.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm going to establish.
Mhm.
So Donner's in the background.
Mhm.
Scene focuses on him.
Yep.
He finds some good worms to make his fishing to go fishing with. So now that he has that, and he's starting to put everything together to go fishing, he notices, since I don't really have anything more, I'm trying to figure this out because I don't have a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of bring people in.
Yeah.
So I find some black sticky stuff.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I find some, as I'm digging for the worms, there's some black sticky stuff that comes out of my hand. And I go, hey, what's this?
And does Watson Moore happen to be passing by? Because that's his location. That makes sense. You're muted, Josh.
Oh,
Sure, why
We
not?
lost Jason.
When the world needed him most, he vanished.
He vanished.
Yep.
Oh, there he is.
There we go.
He has returned.
Sorry, finger slipped.
Nah, you're good. He's like, I'm done. Jace, I'm done with this. Cool. So, yeah, does that make sense to everybody? I guess, would Watson Moore show up? That makes sense, Brian?
Yeah. I was in the background, so
Yeah.
that's where they were at.
Yeah, it just makes sense that Watson would also be the person who sees this because he has the location on his thing. So, cool. And scene. Go.
Yeah, so I guess Watson comes striding over to start talking to you because you are the captain. He says, Captain, sir, hate to bother you, but oh, hello.
I'm sorry. That's Connor. I'm Donner. Connor's the
What?
captain.
But no, I think Connor was. Wait,
No.
did I put the captain in the brig? Have I been serving the wrong person all this time? Look, I'm. Doesn't matter. You're the captain
You were
now.
trying to
I've
put me
decided
in the brig, but you got Connor instead of Donner.
Look, honestly, let's just say you're the captain now because it solves a lot of problems. I find him unworthy of being a captain. He was entered the brig. Hang on.
It smells like petrol, but sticky.
Yes. I'm. Well, Captain, color me confused because I'm unsure whether tar is the same as pitch. I think they're different, but I don't have my book on me. It got wet in the shipwreck.
You want to taste it?
That's the worst thing about shipwrecks. You have a big library of all these books on how to survive a shipwreck, and they all get soaked when you get shipwrecked. I think they're different, but we may be able to work it.
They're both flammable, right?
Probably. Most things are flammable if you put enough fire to them. You know, ships are flammable. Our ships pitch.
Well, you could, if this is tar, you could mix it with something to make pitch, right?
I don't know that's how cricket pitches are made. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wrong pitch. Yes, I believe we could probably work something. You said you're going fishing, right?
I am. I got some worms.
Excellent. Nice. Worms. I believe they're necessary. I've never gone fishing. It's not really my style. I am a man of the brain, I think. Ooh. Query, Captain. While you're fishing, if you happen to snag with your hook pieces of the ship, can you bring them in?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Here's my here's my stick and string and fishing rod. I don't think it's going to be strong enough to pull in that kind of weight. It would break the line.
Tell you what, I have an alternate thought. What if I helped you with your fishing by diving out and grabbing the pieces of the ship? And then you can throw out your line and pull me back in, because I weigh less. And then you could boast of having caught big fish. Well, I'm not a fish, but you don't need to tell people that.
We could just braid
a man-sized catch.
We could just braid some of the vines and make a rope.
Yes, but I lost my book on how to make ropes out of vines. It got wet in the shipwreck. But I think I could probably piece it together. But I will still need you or some of these other folks to pull me back in. And I don't think William's up for it. Ooh, unless he's found more turtles.
Hey, Father, it's funny how you say that because it looks like I've actually found about 23 more sea turtles. The Highland is actually crawling with them. I had to make a very big hole.
Like suffocating each other.
Yeah.
Captain, please, sir, do you wish me to assist you with fishing or organizing the turtles to help me?
We can make a little raft out of the sea turtles. Tie them
Or could-
together with your chest hair, Father.
Oh yes, I do have a lot of that. But I will be requiring you.
That might
Well,
actually make a good rope.
We may need to train the sea turtles to drag me back to shore when I grab pieces of ship. Do you think we could do that, son?
We could certainly try, Father.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would say that if we managed to do that, that would be a good win. Maybe we'll find a treasure chest or something out here.
If you really want to find those parts, how many parts are we looking for?
It depends on how big the parts are, sir.
Well, it's more like where.
Historically,
Pull out my
shipwrecks are in
dowsing
the
rod.
sea.
And I
Yes.
start looking for ship parts with my dowsing rod.
I guess maybe the end of the scene will determine like whether or not you find them is part of the resolving here. What do we think? Does he find them or not?
Yeah, well,
Well, you
it would be
established. So I think
funny. The idea, it would be funny.
no, I think the establishment the precedent we've set with the dowsing rod is whatever he wants to find with it, it will be found. So seems to make sense to me.
Yeah.
2 white dice, my friend. Who do you want to give them to?
Who, me?
Yep.
Oh,
So you can't keep them, but you can give them to whoever.
what I have to give mine away?
No, the 2 that I just placed right next to your.
Oh, the
note
5
card.
and the 4.
Yep.
Okay. I'll give one to Watson.
Ooh. Yikes.
Sorry, I just grabbed one and pulled it over. I don't even know.
No, yeah, this will be great. Everyone's
And
gonna be have.
I think
have more
Jack
money.
doesn't have anything right now, so I'll
Yeah,
just
there
shove
you go.
one over here.
Cool.
Since he ran off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool stuff. All right, Joshua, you have an idea? Establish or resolve.
You're muted.
He's not speaking.
Yes, I know. Zoom has done something weird, and now it looks completely different to what I'm used to.
Oh,
I
interesting.
very rarely use Zoom. Now I have one face that I'm looking at. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I think I'd like to establish. I think now that we've gone out and we've got some ship pieces, I think we've like basically got things together, but I'm needing more people to put my ship together. And so I've enlisted my son. He's fixing up the turtles, making sure that they're trained. And I think at this point, I'm headed off into the jungle to try and find Connor or Jack in order to assist me in putting a ship back together again, because I need more people.
Yeah. So is this like you stumble upon them doing whatever they're doing now?
I think so. They probably found some slab at the side of a mountain, and Jack is pretty sure this is the secret entrance. And so
Right.
Watson's trying to convince them to come away and help build a ship
Nice.
while Jack is fully set on trying to
Wait,
get into this treasure cave.
I found some what? Some slab?
Yeah, like it's basically just maybe it's some kind of like basalt. So it looks real smooth on one side of the mountain and very square and unnatural looking. And you're pretty sure this is the entrance to some kind of secret cave where you're supposed to go for your treasure.
Have I already found Jack, or am I still wandering on some part of the island right now?
I think he said he found you with me.
Okay, so I already found you. So you walk in on us.
Yeah,
Okay.
at the entrance to the gold mine.
I'm telling you, it's here. This is the entrance. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. What else looks like this? What else?
Jack, it's a rock.
I know.
I told
it's
you.
always rock. That's the thing. It is always rock. It's rock in The Hobbit. It's rock in Lord of the Rings. It's always the rock. And in this rock, we will find our future.
Yes, the
And he's putting
entire
his hands
breadth of English
across.
literature, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings.
He's not very
A to Z.
cultured. He doesn't even realize they're not the same author, but he's like putting his hands all over it. There's got to be some sort of markings or writings telling us how to get in.
Jack. Okay,
Rock
look,
is
Jack,
historically the best place to look for treasure. Gold ore, iron ore, silver ore, copper ore, some
He
other
knows what
ore.
he's talking about. See,
no,
he knows what he's
Rocks.
talking about.
no. Okay, Watson, don't
My
encourage
voice is
him.
getting hoarse.
Don't encourage him. It's like, look, Jack, just right now, ignore Watson. Come on, we need to
Wait,
go.
Watson, you're here for the treasure, aren't you? You know this is
No.
the spot to go.
No. However, I do have another treasure that I'm seeking, but it's not the same as yours. No, I am. Little birdies have told me that you're seeking some kind of gold mine. That's not my type of treasure at all. No. You see, I propose a bit of a trade, my boyfriend. I'm looking for a treasure of my own. You're looking for a treasure? I propose a little bit of mutual exchange. You see, the other top place for finding treasure is a shipwreck.
That's
Happen to
true.
know where one is. Conveniently located, close to the shore. I need a few pieces of it back, and I need definitely some treasure on board. I can almost feel it.
And what do I get in return?
What I propose is the following. We retrieve pieces of the ship. We retrieve it. We retrieve the treasure. And that's my treasure. I like it. I want it. It's mine. However, once I am done and I have arranged things to my liking, we will have plenty of beams and other shrapnel of the shipwreck that I'm not using. I have no use for. And we could definitely use those to support beams to make sure that this gold mine doesn't fall on your head. I will assist you in finding your treasure. You assist me in trying to find my treasure.
He like just struts. He struts up to you, just grabs your hand.
It's a deal.
A deal it is. A partner in crime. One worthy.
Whoever decided to put these two characters together made a horrible, horrible mistake.
Jason, come on. We'll come back here later. This
Yes.
treasure is of more importance right now.
We must do the shipwreck first in order to have the materials to prop up the support beams.
I can't argue with any harebrained idea that gets Jack away from here. It's a harebrained idea.
And Watson walks over next to Connor, puts his arm around him, says, "If you can't beat them, join them."
And Jack's already left. He's already like off, heading towards probably the wrong direction.
Jack.
What?
The beach is the other way. You know, the way you came from.
Ah, right, of course.
This way, Jack. I feel it in my heart.
I feel it in my bones.
You can see the trail you guys trudged through.
Ah, he feels it in his eyes. Let's go.
He feels it in his eyes. That is the best excuse for an emotionally driven character to acquiesce to a rational character I have ever heard. Gold. And the scene there, yeah. And that sounds like a good scene, right?
Well, good for him, yeah.
Watson got exactly what he wanted.
Yep. All right, who do you want to get him to?
I definitely have to give one to Jack. Let's fill him in. Let's see. I think I'll give the other one to Connor just for being a good sport and coming along with us. Because he's got what he wants. He wants us back at the ship. It's just not under the circumstances he wants.
All right, cool stuff. So now we've reached the middle of the game. So now we're gonna do the what is it called?
The twist.
The tilt table.
Right, the tilt.
So let's see. What is this? So me and Jack are gonna do this because we have 2 black and 2 white. So we have the most of one color, without any, diluting colors. We're gonna go ahead and roll these dice in front of us.
How do you do that again?
Sorry, I was trying to drag them out. All right, there we go. I did a 7, and I'll just roll them for you.
Oh, I was good. Oh, it's good. Okay.
And you did an 8. Or sorry, the actual numbers, the total doesn't matter. These are the numbers we get to choose from for the tilt table.
Okay.
So tilt table is at page 12 of the PDF.
Yeah, I'm on it.
You rolled higher, so you can go ahead and choose first. So you choose the category.
We've already had something disastrous happen.
Revelations. I knew it. Aliens. Yeah, that's what we need. We need to throw in another random thing in this.
Maybe. I mean, I have the white dice, right? You have the.
Oh yeah, so 3, 5, 1, and 6 are your options.
Oh, I get to pick from any of them.
No. Well, yeah.
I was like, I don't just get
Any
to
of
pick
ours,
from
I
5 and
think.
3.
I'm pretty sure that is how it goes.
I'll just use my dice to make it more interesting. Huh. Or maybe not, because the ones I could pick from don't really make sense given this stuff. But neither do these ones. I'm just going to go. Wait, let's see. If I do this, what are our options?
I think.
Dang it. None of these work really well. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to do this. Roll 1d4. 2. Okay, I pick 1. It's something disastrous.
All right. Something disastrous. So you've chosen the 1, 2, 3, 5.
3, 5, or 6.
Or yeah, 3, 5, 6. Sorry. The island is sinking. A catastrophic failed experiment, or the end of the world. I'm gonna do the island is sinking. So this is what we get. I want to establish this scene, and I want to frame a couple of things here. So when you guys get back to camp, a couple of things are true. So that tar you guys discovered, it has spread. So it like started coming up from the ground like oil more than like tar or pitch. And you come back and you're like wading through some of this to actually get like you have to go around it or whatever. And when you actually get back to camp, you see that the entire beach is covered in sea turtles. Like there's a good 200 of them now. And I am like in the middle of them, and I look at you with like terror in my eyes, Watson, and I'm just like, Father, I don't know where they're coming from. They're everywhere.
Wait, it's sinking in turtles?
Yes. Sinking in turtles and in tar.
Turtles.
So I think everyone else is in this scene. You've all come back to the beach to go like help Watson get all of his, repair the ship or whatever, and then you just see that the entire beach is covered in sea turtles to the point where you can't really like get to the ship anymore, like without wading through all the sea turtles. What do you do? I'm just like in the center of the sea turtles, just like staring at you in horror, Watson.
Well, it seems what I have here is a classic reversal of the old Noah's Ark situation. Instead of a big boat to carry pairs or sevens of little critters, we are having a whole bunch of critters to save a boat. Small pieces of boat.
I think you're right in your assessment, Father, about it being a reverse Noah's Ark, but I think it's less about having to take all the sea turtles with us and more the water in this scenario is the sea turtles, and we are going to have to take water with us in the boat. No, you're right. Yours makes more sense.
Hang on, I need to go for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Family.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I suppose the bright side of this is tar for fire and sea turtles for dinner.
Well, so this is the thing, Mr. Dalton. These sea turtles are breeding at a rate that I think is probably unnatural, and I don't think we'll be able to kill any of them because, as you can see, they're starting to snip at me, and I'm not sure that they like the idea of us racing them for pleasure or food. I think we may be their food before the night is over.
These must be rabbit turtles.
Yes, I think so, Mr. Atlas.
You mean rabid turtles?
No, rabbit, because that's how they're breeding.
Yes,
like
exactly. That's what I
rabbits.
thought too.
What?
I think this probably possible as long as you gene splice just the rapid breeding into the sea turtles. Though
they must have gotten into El Fuertes Gold. They must have unlocked some sort of ancient pirate curse. And now they're breeding like rabbits. Some rabbit pirate curse. Rabbit pirates, ryrates.
rabbit pirates.
Or habits.
I'm just not even gonna. No. Do we have William? Do you think we can access the ship at all? At all?
Well, the main issue here is, as you can see, the turtles are swarming over my father and pinning him to the ground now. So, unless you want that to happen to you, I don't think that there's a way. If anyone had a shotgun, that might come in handy about now.
I have a knife.
You know what I think happens? I think this is a suggestion, but I think maybe does Donner just come out of the bushes with a shotgun and his dowsing rod in the other hand, and he's just like, "Look what I found!"
I can do that.
Yeah. Oh,
I come out of the forest, fishing rod in one hand, shotgun in the other. Hey, look what I found when I was dowsing for ship parts. A little wet.
Where'd you find a shotgun?
And
did you at least find ammo?
I think it fell out of the ship. I think it's yours, Captain.
Donner, you're the captain. Donner, you're the captain.
No. You're the captain.
No.
Yeah, don't be humble. Don't be humble, Mr. Dalton. We all know that you're the captain.
No, I, Connor Dalton, am a guest aboard this ship, along with my, I don't even know what to call you, Jack.
Okay. I go up to
Donner Colton, not Connor Dalton.
I pull out his wallet. I show him his ID, captain of the ship.
Yeah, he just has an ID that says captain of the ship.
Well, it's his ship's license.
Right.
You know, whatever it is, the thing that...
And obviously with your magical dowsing rod, you have just summoned this out of midair, apparently.
Perhaps.
No, that's a picture of you, Donner. That's a picture of you on the ID.
I'm pretty sure that's you, Mr. Dalton. Right,
No,
Mr. Atlas?
And he's not paying attention. He's like slicing at the
turtles.
On the shells, of course, because
right, yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Okay, you found a shotgun. I was thinking if we could find a bucket or some kind of container thing on the ship, we could cover the sea turtles in tar. And if that alone doesn't kill them, we can set them on fire that way, so that, as you said, William, they do not eat us before nightfall.
it would
Turtle
take
fall, you mean?
turtle full.
But-
Capital T. Yes, I think that's probably a good idea, Mr. Dalton. Captain Dalton.
I'm not a captain. Mr.
Does anyone have a
Dalton's just
bucket?
Fine.
Mr. Colton, do you have a bucket?
Okay,
One moment.
Goes off.
Here you go.
Okay.
I just used the rod for a second. Right
Yeah.
behind a rock, there's this giant bucket.
Exactly. There you go. Mr. Atlas, would you do
I-
us the favor of using your incredibly large muscles and carrying this bucket and getting some tar for us?
My muscles?
Yes,
Oh, I
your
can
muscles are
carry it.
needed.
Oh, I can carry it.
Don't worry,
go-
Father.
just
I know
go
you're
fill it with
trying to
tar
say things underneath the
and-
turtles right now, but I have this under control.
So what did you?
Jack-
You need me what with the bucket?
Jack, okay,
Carry the tar.
take the bucket, go take a scoop of tar and dump it on the turtles. Try not to get Watson.
Yes,
Just-
please don't
just-
please don't set my father on fire.
Just try and cover the turtles with tar.
He goes and he grabs, tries to scoop it in the tar, but isn't tar like really thick?
It is, yeah.
So I think he goes.
It's not working.
Maybe if we
Gunner.
threw the turtles.
In the tar instead.
Oh yes, how about you
By
put
all
the turtles
means.
put the turtles in the bucket and then put them in the tar?
Ah, yes.
Wait,
Skip
how
the
big of a
bucket, just-
bucket is this?
No, it's not
Turtles
that.
are
It-
big.
no. You know, fine, Jack. You know what? I go wading into the turtles and just try and pick one up and chuck it. I just-
Can we-
Just,
yeah.
like chuck it like a frisbee.
Yeah. It just splashes in the water. Or were you gonna throw it in the tar?
I'm throwing it in the tar.
Okay, yeah, just
And it just we just kind of watch it like
Sink.
it sinks a little bit, but it just kind of mostly sits on top of the tar and
yeah.
basically does not do what I wanted it to.
Well, it's definitely sticking them there. I'm not sure that they're going to be engulfed by it, though.
They'll definitely suffocate.
That's probably true. Here, you know what? We should start with the ones that are harassing my father. Yes, they're literally biting him on his face now. This is bad. Father, I'm coming.
All right, Jack and I go wading over there through the turtles and just start pulling them
Trying
off.
to manually chuck turtles into the tar.
Yeah.
So I established, I guess up to you guys, how well does this go?
I'm gonna say it probably isn't gonna go well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a swarm of turtles. Your father is covered in them, and
Uh-huh.
we're not finding many ways for this to work.
So I guess it's like we get some of the
Yeah.
turtles in the tar, but like at the end of the day, maybe we get Watson out, but like all the turtles are like still covering the beach.
Yeah.
So just bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a turtle mecca. It's fine. I've got it.
Right. Covered in turtles, and he just uses them as like an armor.
I just need to work out how to make this submersible work.
That makes sense to me. What are you gonna say, Brian?
Oh, no. I was thinking maybe we could use the turtles to block the hole where the tar is coming out of. So therefore it won't cause the island to sink because of the hole.
I think the issue would probably be we don't even know, right? And it's so deep in the actual like pool of tar that like we probably can't get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think maybe we try that and it doesn't work, at least for now, right? Like I don't that probably makes sense that it doesn't work. If everybody else is fine with that.
Yeah. That went pretty poorly.
It did indeed. So that's good for me though, because I had black dice to begin with, and I just get 2 more. So this is going to be a great ending for William Moore, because I keep them now because we're in the second.
Oh,
act,
right,
so,
because it's only
yep.
the one.
Mhm. All right, Jack Atlas.
Why don't you guys establish? Because I'm honestly not sure where to go from
I
here.
know, right? Like just
'Cause I
turtles
wanted to be-
everywhere.
I wanted to be in the forest looking for treasure right now, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what he'd be doing. So you guys establish.
Well, maybe Jack decides we need the treasure. Whatever's inside there is going to help us fight the turtles, and so maybe
Yeah.
would
Yes,
he? Well, I guess
love
the
it.
question would be: would he be able to wrangle us to go help him, or would he have to like play that out?
The whole sinking thing is
I-
clearly one of the defense mechanisms.
Of the island, yeah.
So if he goes running off, then I'm definitely going to follow him.
Yeah,
If he
so
goes trying to look for the treasure again.
I feel like we're chucking turtles into the tar, and eventually we're just like, all right, let's just go follow Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess Jack is like about to try to find the treasure with all of us in tow, knowing that like this is the one thing that will save us from the turtles.
I have a turtle in hand too. so like,
You
so
obviously
like,
have Sally, right?
yeah, I have Sally.
Yeah.
Guys, follow me. I got okay. I gotta pick a different voice because that's making my voice. Follow me. And he just picks up Sally and runs back towards the thing. And you're right. How far away was it? Probably it was probably like it was probably within like viewing distance of the beach, wasn't it?
Probably. I don't think this is a huge island. No.
Yeah.
So he goes up. Wait, what did I call it? It was a turtle pirate curse. What did I call it?
No, it was the Ryrits.
The
rabbit
rabbit pirate
Pirates.
turtle curse.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Yeah.
So you run up, and as you guys get there, you see him with Sally in his hands, bashing Sally against the rock wall.
What are you doing?
I'm getting rid of this curse. It's stupid. Turtle rabbit pirates.
You're also traumatizing a 12-year-old. You do know that.
Learn this quickly, kid. Life is full of trauma. You might as well learn to deal with it now before you're 40 years old and working in Wendy's for the last 10 years of your life.
Oh, you're only 40? I thought you were like 56.
That's what Wendy's does to you. They suck the life from you. They take your pension, they take your life, and then they take everything else.
Stupid pirate rabbit turtles.
Now, William, you have to admit Sally was too slow to escape from young Jack, which means, well, we can't but cook her afterwards.
It was her time. I understand, Father. Thank you for opening my
She was
eyes to
weak.
the cruelty of the world.
If the world is cruel, we can only be cruel back. Learn the lesson eventually.
I suppose that is why we were chucking turtles into tar that we were planning on setting on fire.
Oh,
Look,
young William.
this is
I
what-
do believe I. Oh,
Yes?
sorry. I do believe I owe you 3 fish. Here's 3 tuna.
Oh, I mean, do you just like put this on in my arms?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to do with this.
Eat them.
They're raw.
Well, you have to take the scales off, but you can get to the meat.
I just like
Yeah.
throw them on the ground, I guess. I suppose we'll
You
come back
eat
for
tuna
them.
raw normally. When it comes in the can, it's raw.
I suppose we'll come back for them, Mr. Colton.
Okay, Donner, I can't believe I'm asking you this, but do you think you can use your dowsing rod to find the gold mines? Can you try that?
Well,
It's
given
like
the
we
fact
gotta
that
do something.
given
if
the
there's
fact
one here,
No, well, that's the
Try
thing. The more I've looked at that thing, I think it's literally just summoning things. I don't think any of these things were actually on the island.
no, I actually caught those with the fishing pole when I was fishing
yes.
for ship parts.
Yes, but when I saw the rod that you were using for a fishing pole, it's not even a piece of wood. It's literally a fishing pole. Like someone just left it here. There was still wire on it.
You never did tell me where you worked out where that string was.
Exactly. That's what I was wondering the whole
Wait.
time.
Is this true? Donner, is this
I
true?
got the string from the vines over there.
It's literally made like it's shiny, like the plastic line that you would use for a fishing pole. I don't think there are vines like that here. We didn't bring a shotgun on the ship.
Donner, I have an idea. Put your dowsing rod against the rock.
That's not how it works.
No, it is.
I don't think it really matters how it works, Mr. Colton. I think you're literally magical.
Trust me on this. The turtles, they're coming.
Just do it,
I put out
Donner.
my dowsing rod.
Doesn't matter how dumb it is.
Okay.
We look behind us and we see a horde of turtles slowly crawling towards us,
Okay.
covered in tar. They
here's how I
become
wanna
like
end
tar
it.
turtle monsters.
Here's how I want to end it. Donner puts his dowsing rod against the rock, and then Jack goes, smashes Sally against it one last time. The shell cracks, and the blood from the turtle comes, trickles down, touches the dowsing rod, and then like it spreads across the rock.
Yeah.
It like in actual like patterns, like you would see in something,
Yeah.
and then slowly. Like it opens the door.
See, that's pretty much par for the course at this point.
I told
Yeah,
you.
that's the problem.
I told you this was the entrance.
I just became Batman.
You did.
I can't. My voice is so. Okay.
You know, this is why I don't trust those greenies saying that we're all terrible for leaking oil into the ocean. They seem quite happy to oil and gas themselves. You just put sticky tar everywhere all over themselves. The turtles seem quite happy with it.
I think that ended
Yeah.
well for me
Uh-huh.
because I finally proved that the gold mine exists. That's why I wanted to finish this because I wanted it to be
Yep.
real.
Yep. Oh yeah, dang. Me and Seth are having great endings at the end of this.
Well, you still have to roll well on them, but
That's true.
yes,
That's
you have a
true.
good chance.
We could get a all ones. So, Jason, establish a resolve.
All right. I'm going to establish, mostly because that just feels like a low ball in this.
Yeah,
It's like, so,
you go in the mine.
yeah, it's like, we're being chased by a horde of turtles. We
Mhm.
have no other option
Yep.
but to go into the mines. So it's at this point, Jack is just blazing ahead.
Mm-hmm.
He's just tearing through looking for something. Well, like I'm kind of leading the rest of the group in a, like, you know, we can barely see anything.
I'd like to establish maybe that we've stuck a stick through a dead turtle and then set it on fire since it's covered in tar, and that's our torch. That's like Jack Atlas's torch as he.
It's Sally.
Yeah, Sally's just been set on fire.
Yeah, so we have two torches because Jack ran ahead with Sally on a stick. I ended up grabbing Susan
Yes,
and
yes.
setting Susan still alive, covered in tar on fire.
Yep.
I think we just established that turtles don't scream, but so I'm just carrying.
We just see the fire of the like burning alive turtle glinting off my 12-year-old eyes.
Yeah, so so it's I'm leading us just down this kind of long, winding hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Jack is just gone.
Mm-hmm. It's getting a little dark in here, Mr. Dalton. Are we sure we know where we're going? I've seen a couple of side passages. Are you sure he didn't go that way?
Jack does not have the brains to make a turn. He's going to go completely straight and
Path of least resistance. I get it.
path of least resistance. And honestly, I can't believe this thing even exists. I made that map. It was a fake map.
I'm pretty sure it didn't exist before Mr. Colton summoned it here with his magic.
Well,
I
here's
think
hoping.
mostly he was looking for an entrance, not necessarily the goal.
Oh, well, what were you exactly thinking when you did it, Mr. Colton? I'm pretty sure it has to do with that. Whatever magic summoning you can do.
I don't know if I was really thinking anything. I think Jack was
So
the
we're
one.
going to be. We're in the void. We're going into the void.
We're not in the void. You could tell that this is a mine shaft that was hewn out by people who knows how long ago. You can't tell if it's gold or not, but
Are you sure it was people?
all I care.
Or was it turtles? They do have a particularly oval shape. A giant turtle carved this out over dozens of years.
You know, I don't care if it was people, turtles, or aliens, or maybe Jack was blackout drunk
aliens.
2 weeks ago and
I
did
totally
this himself.
forgot it. We cannot not consider aliens, right, Father? You're always telling me, always think about the aliens if they're involved.
Oh
No, son. I was talking about the foreigners.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say.
I couldn't care less if this tunnel was carved out 2 weeks ago by Jack when he was blackout drunk. All that I care is I'm hoping we can find something that'll just end this curse and get rid of all the turtles, get rid of all the tar, and just let us get back to fixing the ship and leaving the stupid island.
I set out my dowsing rod to find it.
Yep, there you go.
So
Now, son, when he says like blackout drunk, that's not what he means. He means moderately tipsy.
Moderately tipsy, of course, Father.
Like how I get on a weekend.
That's a little terrifying, Father.
Moderately tipsy, son. Moderately tipsy. You know what I said to tell your mother.
Yeah.
So Donner takes the lead with his dowsing rod. Like, we take one turn, and all of a sudden we're in this big cavern, and it's just like you see all these like carvings along the wall that are engraved with gold. The light from the turtle is glinting off of them.
El
And there's
Fuertes gold.
There's this big pedestal in the middle with a statue of a giant turtle that Jack
Right.
is inspecting meticulously.
Yeah.
El Fuerte, I knew it! You were a turtle all along!
Did you know that, though?
It only makes sense.
Well, yes, it does seem like
Who
everything
else
is
would be a
either-
turtle pirate rabbit cursed?
Well, it could be tar themed. Those are the two main things we've been dealing with. I also wouldn't have been surprised if it was a giant dowsing rod at this point.
Jack, have you found any clues with the statue, like some writing or something that looks cursed? Like, at this point, I'm just going to look at all the tropes.
Oh, no.
That's simple. There's a lever over there.
Yes, there's a lever, and it says curse on or curse off.
Well, that's remarkably
Which
simple.
position is it on?
It's on the cursed on lever part. I knew it. These turtles must have come from here. It was. Wait, what was her name again?
Sally.
The turtles? It was Sally all along. She saw us here. She saw she wasn't going to win the race, so she came in here and she turned the curse on, so we would die, drowned in turtle.
No, yeah, I think he's right, actually. That sounds like the most reasonable explanation, honestly, at this point.
I knew it. I knew you were a loser as soon as I saw you.
Donna, I don't suppose you could use your dowsing rod to find another magic dowsing rod for me, could you?
What? Oh, for me
No.
too?
But I do notice that little carving thing over by the lever looks just like I could fit my dowsing rod into it.
What a remarkably easy coincidence that I'm totally expecting.
It's not a coincidence anymore.
Well, of course not. It's been Sally's
Now,
plan
hang
all
on,
along.
William.
Yes? Yes,
Hang
Father.
on, William.
We're about to get a
Who's
little bit
saying
of a
you're-
moral lesson from my father. Listen closely, everyone.
No, quite the opposite. Son, you keep saying that you are expecting these things and you were awfully friendly with those turtles when we arrived. Is this all your setup?
Father, I
Is
don't
that
know what you're
crayon
saying.
drawing you're doing?
Father, I don't. Why would I?
But no,
I'm just a child.
no. When,
That's what you want us
look,
to
okay,
think.
look, Watson. I had a buddy who did the crayon drawing, like the map drawing. I had a buddy who did that.
Do you though?
It wasn't William.
Do you though?
Seriously,
I'm like backing up slowly.
Do you
Yes,
really have
yes,
a
you're
friend?
incredibly buddy with William, aren't you?
Mr. Dalton is
But no.
right. I wasn't involved at all.
You see what happened, don't you? He wiped your
No.
mind with his powers, with his turtle powers. And now you think, now he did this all so you'd be on his side. And so you would go along with this ploy. And now
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
He made me
Now
do it.
he's-
Mr. Dalton made me do it. He told me that he would. He told me it would get me away from my abusive father if I only did what he told me to.
What?
And then I like look at my dad like wink.
What? Okay, no.
We gotta turn the
No,
we gotta turn the curse off. We gotta
I-
turn the curse off.
I walk over, I hit the lever down, and without even waiting for anything to happen, I just leave the cavern. It's just like, I'm not dealing with this.
I think there's probably
Turn
like
the curse off
there's like a
and
moment
leave.
of silence after you leave, and then I say, "See, he was the one who turned the curse on, so he was the only one who could have turned it off. It all makes sense."
Okay, can we end this?
I think
Yeah,
that's the scene,
scene
right?
it.
I think we've seen.
What's that?
I just, Jack goes and he tackles Connor.
And he's like, it was you all along. I knew you were trying to get to the treasure before me. You didn't want me to have the treasure. You never wanted me to have the treasure.
He like tackles him and like tries to tie him up.
I think like we can resolve. So I think maybe Connor gets tied up by all of us, and bad ending for him.
I don't think I can have a good ending in this entire scenario.
I think so. Yeah. There you go. 2 black dice for you.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's mixed.
Yep, it's gonna be real bad. All right, Brian, would you like to establish or resolve the second to last scene?
I'll resolve.
Sounds good. I mean,
So
obviously
as-
we're like interrogating, right?
Okay, so as Connor is being interrogated, we see that the turtles are
So you're establishing.
diminishing.
Wait, do you want to establish or do you want to resolve? Because
Oh,
you're
that's what-
establishing right now.
Is it? 'Cause I think you're
Establishing-
resolving.
Establish.
Okay.
Yeah, because we already resolved that scene. So it's about, are you going to establish what's going to happen right now, or are you going to let us do that and then resolve the scene?
Oh, I see.
But you can establish if you have an idea.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll resolve it. So
Okay.
I'll give it to you, Caleb, to establish.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, I think we're probably like interrogating
Yeah.
Connor, right?
We're interrogating Connor. He's tied up. We're back here. The thing is, probably since this is just ridiculous now, that did work. That did stop the turtles.
Of course.
Because of course it did.
Yeah.
But I think Donna, as the captain and owner of the mystical stick, is the one we're letting lead the interrogation. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Are we staying in the cavern while we're doing this, or did we like go out?
Well, I think like Jack Atlas is still looking around for like the treasure, right? Like he's
Well, no, he
wants-
said
Mhm.
there was. Didn't they say there was treasure in there? With
was it like
the-
gold?
Yeah, everything was gold. So
Oh, everything in there was gold. Okay,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess Jack is just
So-
like trying to pry like gold statues off of places and putting them in a bag or whatever.
I'm cool. with
gold
that.
turtles and all that.
Yeah.
He's like bunch of little miniature turtles sitting around. that
What
he's, like,
culture would
stashing
make
everywhere.
this?
There's also turtle wax.
Golden
Right.
turtle wax.
You can help polish them.
Okay.
So, Mr. Dalton, why did you do it? I like look around like
Who knew he didn't do it?
Look, I didn't do. I can't say I didn't do anything. I had a fake map made. I gave it to Jack because we were bored out of our mind looking at a Wendy's. I gave it to him to spice things up, and he got super into it. So it was like, running with the joke.
So you just had to keep one-upping him, didn't you? Every time he went a little crazy, you went a little crazier.
What? No.
I saw you
it was-
disappear. You were gone for a long time. I love the 12-year-old child is the one currently doing this. You were gone for a long time out in the jungle. You were setting all of this up, weren't you?
No. I was. If you're talking about actually, every time I was trying to find Jack.
Jack, do you remember Connor being there every moment that you were in the jungle?
I don't recall.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
He
thought.
doesn't remember anything.
It's a convenient.
You remember
It's a convenient
2
excuse.
minutes ago.
It's a convenient excuse, Mr. Dalton, that you would just. Mr. Colton, this is your twin. I feel like you'll have a better chance of revealing his lies than I will.
Yeah, no. Donner knows what's happening. I hired him and Watson to help me because they do their recreational shipwreck thing, and so it's like, oh hey, hire them to keep running with the joke, and then Jack Wynn got us actually shipwrecked, and it's like there was no gold mine, the map was fake, it was all just a practical joke that you all made go crazy.
Do you think you can use your dowsing rod to get the truth, Mr. Colton?
No, because he's the captain and he refuses to believe it. So his truth.
Donner, you're the captain.
No, you're the captain.
Watson, help me out here. Who? Donner's the captain, right?
I'm honestly a little confused myself, Father. Who is the captain?
The dowsing rod finds items, not general aspects or theories. You can't find the truth because the truth isn't a concrete concept.
Oh, yes. As you've told me, Father, truth is relative, and we do whatever we have to do to survive.
Exactly. Same as time.
Or truth can be altered by one's belief. So
Of
if one
course.
believes something to be true, it is true to them. But that doesn't necessarily mean it is true.
By a dowsing rod. Apparently.
So really, we're all the
Watson,
captains.
So Donner doesn't believe he's the captain, yet he's the captain.
But
I'm
you
not
already
the
said
captain.
truth is relative. So if he doesn't believe he's the captain, then he must not be. So it must be you.
No, this is a classic case of democracy. Enough of us believe that he's the captain that it is true.
No,
All right. Well, I
Watson,
believe Mr.
who's-
Dalton's the captain. So there you go. That's my vote. What does everyone else vote?
Watson, Mr. Moore, who have you been working with for the last, I don't know, 30 years? Who's the man that you've been working with on this job for forever?
Well, clearly not the man I thought he was. We set up all this nonsense, this malarkey.
You are really, really a
What?
bad man, Mr. Dalton.
No.
You know what's the funniest part about all of this is that I feel like half of this is literally just Jason just being like, what is happening? Like, why am I at the center of this madness?
I don't know.
I think the best part is that's exactly how it's all turning out.
Right, exactly.
Like, I don't.
We're just driving him
Wait.
mad. This is like a stereotypical gaslighting.
Yeah, we're
situation.
totally gaslighting right now. So, Mr.
Fine.
Mr. Colton, if you have the dowsing rod, does that mean you get 2 votes? Because the dowsing rod could also make a vote? Because it can
No.
basically wish for things, right?
No, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay. But if enough
There's
of us
going to be
believe,
no
wait,
votes.
but what if we all voted that it did work that way?
It just finds things.
Right, but what if we voted that it could do more than that? Isn't that what you've just explained the philosophy of all this to me, and then you're being inconsistent? I'm a 12-year-old. You need to be consistent, or else I'm going to have
Consistency
trauma.
just finds
I'm not
things.
being a good
No,
It
citizen.
doesn't find truth. Truth
The,
can be.
the dowsing rod is an item and therefore cannot be voted against. You can't vote an
It
inanimate
can't vote.
object
Right,
into president.
exactly. Doesn't give me more power.
But what if we all voted that it could? That's what I'm not getting. Is this some sort of thing that you're not explaining this correctly?
William,
It's not a person.
It's not a person. It's inanimate.
William,
but
I can solve this problem for you.
Yeah.
I can solve this problem because there is going to be no vote. There is going to be no democratic decision. As you have said, William, I am the captain, which means I am the one in charge, and I get to make the executive decisions. And
Oh,
I say
He
that
does have us there.
I say that you release me from this rope that you have tied me from, and let's see what happens when we put dear Mr. Colton's dowsing rod in that very mysteriously shaped hole that you so clearly pointed out for us earlier, William.
It's true.
That's fair.
Yeah, I suppose so. We
Also,
kind of let ourselves here.
Yeah, also, William, the reason why we can't vote the dowsing rod to have mysterious magical powers is because even if it was a person or somehow able to be voted, all the turtles would have voted against it.
Ah, you're right. I forgot the turtles counted.
Yes. Sad days.
Yeah.
Only a third, though.
All right, you've successfully indoctrinated me for another day, Father.
Only 1/3 of the turtles, not all of them.
So are we going to untie him?
He's ordered it. We've think about it.
Yes,
I think that's a good. I think that's a good place to wrap.
Yeah, I think that's a good ending for.
Do we want to decide what happens when he sticks the dowsing rod in?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that makes sense because then it's Brian's scene and he chose to resolve. So I guess up to you then. Yeah, what?
Oh, I thought. Yeah, that's right. He did decide to.
Mhm.
Are we ending the scene or ending the
Well,
game?
I think no,
The
ending the
scene.
scene. We have one more, but yeah, so you get to choose like what happens at the end of this scene because you chose to resolve then. But yeah, I guess if the next thing we're gonna do is like put the dowsing rod in the little hole, then I guess that probably makes sense as the thing you get to decide whether or not it's good or bad, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that putting the it would cause some kind of effect that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it would either, if it's a resolution, it either would fix everything, or
Well, everything
Sure.
already got fixed.
what's that?
The turtles are already gone.
Yeah, but we don't have a way off the island still,
That's true. That's true. That's true.
right?
Right. So I know. So I go in. Everybody follows with me. I go and I put the dowsing rod in, and it turns the island into a giant dowsing rod.
You know, there are a couple.
Form. It
There are a
just has
couple.
that property thereof.
There are a couple of things I thought you were going to say after a giant, and it was dowsing rod was not the thing that I was thinking. I was like ship, turtle. No, okay, giant dowsing rod. Just one giant dowsing rod. Okay, cool.
In the essence of the island becoming the dowsing rod.
Right.
And it rises up out of the water to reveal a submarine.
Underneath it, like holding it up.
Yeah.
With a giant dowsing rod sitting on top of a submarine.
And use the dowsing rod to find our way home.
But not making it easy. It is a submarine.
We do have one more scene.
We
have
do.
one more scene.
So that happens, I guess, and that's good.
Yeah, it
So
ended well for him.
yeah. And then I guess Watson Moore has the last scene, and he gets. I mean, you might as well choose to establish because it's going to be bad no matter what.
Are his dice? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Even if they were white, it'd be the same.
Yeah.
Well, are his dice random since it's the last one? Are they wild?
I think they are. I think you're right. Yeah. So up to you then, Joshua. You want to establish a resolve? Because yeah, I think that's correct. It could be either good or bad. The scene or the dice.
I will resolve. I have a couple of ideas, but I'll leave them to happen in play if I can.
Well, so the thing here is the epilogue of the movie is like the rolls we make at the end, right? Because that will actually decide how our characters end up. So this has to be one final thing that happens before we get to the epilogue. What do you guys think? I'm not sure. We've almost reached the end of the incredulity that's possible here.
I can think of.
Well, what's Watson's arc been in this?
Take a moment.
Oh, his has all been.
Oh, yeah,
it's all been about how he's been about how like it's like, oh, I'm shipwrecked now. I get to finally experience this.
Right.
So
And all the magic malarkey has ruined that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, you're not too happy about the solution appearing out of thin air.
You know what I think it is, and
Hmm.
if you have a better idea, you can say so, Seth. But I think it's like, he decides to try to sabotage the submarine dowsing rod, whatever this thing is, so that we get shipwrecked again because he wants that experience.
I like it. I was gonna say we're in the submarine and they're heading out and he's all sad, but I like that too, where he's like trying to sabotage so he can live this a little bit longer.
Does that make sense to you, Josh?
Yeah, that makes some sense.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Now we're underwater. So it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, if we shipwreck, we're like
Lost City of Atlantis. Here we come.
maybe it's the kind of thing where like it was so exciting at first. I'm like, now we're underwater. This is gonna be more exciting.
No, I actually have a way to make it
Yeah.
super disappointing
Do it.
for him.
Okay. Well, Jack, of course, is counting all his gold turtles
Right.
in the corner.
So I think if we are heading down to this submarine
Mm-hmm.
to get out of here.
So real quick, I guess I need a visual again on what is that exactly. So the island turned into a dowsing rod. And you meant that metaphorically, like it's not a literal dowsing
So
rod.
the island is a dowsing. Is it in the shape of a dowsing rod?
Ye-
It just metaphysically takes on the properties of the dowsing
and so
rod.
you summoned a submarine with it.
And so the
Gotcha.
island, so thinking of a way out, the island would lift out of the ground to reveal the submarine underneath.
Right. And then we all got in the submarine and we're going away.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Because I think that's where it happens, is that we are doing all the checks and balances to make sure that we can do this sail away. And Watson is very much of the mind that, no, I don't want this to happen. We need to get shipwrecked again. But at the same time, I want us to be able to like get out of it. Like I need to get this nice and planned. So I think what happens is we start making all the checks, and we're probably all in the we're actually like all in the control center of like all doing our little whatever we're trying to do to work out. So I guess what is everyone else doing? I'm
counting my gold turtles.
And then Watson will be slowly trying to sabotage things, and
I'm staring
I'll
out the
reveal what happens
window.
when it happens.
Yeah, I'm staring out the window at the like fish and stuff in the ocean, just like obviously traumatized by everything that just happened.
I'm trying to actually have the submarine running. Like I'm running around checking a bunch of
Because you're the
stuff.
captain, obviously.
I'm the captain.
Who somehow knows how to. The dowsing rod magically gave us the ability to know how to run a submarine.
Yeah. What's Donner doing?
I don't have my rod anymore, so I'm just tagging along.
Right, you said my work here is done.
Yeah.
So yeah, Watson is pottering around, probably similar to Connor, but he's trying to find all these different things. Like first of all, he tries to find the control for, basically he's trying to make basically what it is, the one where you emergency blow. He's trying to work out those controls so that he can actually basically make the submarine lighter, so that because obviously this is attached to the bottom. So he's trying to make it so that the island flips over. Because he doesn't know any better. It's all magical malarkey. Maybe it'll work. So he probably tries to work that out first, and it doesn't work.
Wait, so the island is still on top of the submarine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
So we're an island turtle submarine.
It's dowsing rods all the way down, folks.
So yeah, that doesn't work. He starts making his way, and I think Jack, you see Watson clearly heading to the torpedo bay. And like your novels and all these like adventure novels of someone sabotaging the ship just like rings alarm bells in your mind.
Obviously, I was doing it earlier today, so I know what's going on.
Watson, what are you doing?
And Watson kind of ducks down and starts heading further on, rushing along a bit.
Well, Jack runs after him. He's like, no, I will not be stuck here now that I have my way out of Wendy's.
And we probably get a Red October scene of you're trying to chase after him through all the vents, and he's trying to get away from you. And we've probably part way through the ship. I'm heading towards like the back torpedo tubes, and we step into a room which is clearly like the engine room, and that's where you catch up to Watson. And Watson is definitely tinkering with some things, and we probably have a conversation.
Watson, you don't want to do this.
I think that's where you're wrong. I do want to do this.
Why?
All my life, I have to keep up the illusion. All my life, I've wanted an adventure. I wanted to be able to put my survival skills to use. It's like you with Wendy's. You're stuck in a place where your skills aren't really being put to use. You're trapped. I'd been trapped in this rodeo for 40 years on a ship, on a boat like this, anywhere where my more artistic talents are used, but not my adventuring ones. I need this, Jack. I need this.
But does your son need this?
My son has been with his mother too long. She always teaches him things that I would never have taught him. He doesn't even know how to survive. He knows to hang out with turtles. He knows make races. He's not a survivor at all. He's a boy. He needs to become a man. He needs this as much as I do.
Watson, all your knowledge was in books. And as soon as they were gone, you were lost. Do you really know any more than him?
There are still fragments.
Wow, we're getting serious.
There's still fragments in my mind. I admit I have not remembered as much as I'd like, but I have read a few submarine novels in my time.
Wait.
I know that
And so I know what happens when you do this.
I know that in this tank is the oil supply for this entire ship. And if I pull these levers in just the right order, it will explode.
Watson,
And we'll be crippled again.
I'm just
staying on
confused.
this island surviving.
But Watson, I don't... wait. Why don't we just leave and you stay? I mean, it's pretty simple.
I told you. This has to be authentic. Can't be a contrived existence where, oh yes, you just stranded me here because it was convenient for me. This is the whole point of a shipwreck, is it's that inconvenient for me.
Is it authentic if you do it on purpose?
Dun, dun, dun.
Was your oh yes, and your travel here to this mysterious island, was that an authentic adventure?
Yeah, I mean, I
You
found treasure.
rigged this place you rigged our ship to crash.
Yes, because you wouldn't just come here willingly. I had to force your hand.
Oh really? A rope attached to the rudder? Come on, Jack, I could have solved that in an instant. We are here by my choice. And
So
we'll
dramatic.
still be here by my choice. And he flicks a couple levers, hits the button, and like shunts another lever up, like to do all the pressure. And then it hisses, splutters, and nothing happens. Because all the oil was coming up through the island.
Right. Using the tar as the fuel supply, obviously.
Oh, we really are stuck here, aren't we? Well, I guess this gives you some authenticity.
Yes. Maybe I can fix it. He kind of stumbles off and tries to put things back together again.
Wait, so let me get this straight. What happened when you flipped the switches?
Nothing.
Right, but nothing.
Like he was going to detonate the oil that was meant to be in the submarine, but the submarine's been damaged. Like the whole point of it is that it was already stuck underneath this island.
Oh, right.
and so nothing happens.
The sticky tar pit was the oil leaking out from the submarine. So there wasn't even
Oh,
oil
right.
in
There
it.
you go.
So I guess it means it wasn't pitch.
Nope.
Nope.
So that's obviously bad.
Yep. No.
So the epilogue of this will be decided by our rolls here. So go ahead and move your dice out into a little pool where you can conveniently select all of them at once.
Ooh, I rolled well.
And then click drag, select all of them, and right click on them on the whole pool. Go to multi-sided and choose and say random side.
How come it rolled for you, but it didn't for me?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't for some reason.
So how do I do this? I selected them all.
Right click on them. Click multi-sided and then random side. Here you go. Ooh, wow, that was good.
I got 15.
All right, sounds
too
good.
shy of 18.
No.
I got 16.
So I got 14. Never mind.
All right, Fiasco.
That's going in strength.
I'm assuming mine is going to be the difference between the
Yeah, you
colored
subtract.
sums.
Yeah, you subtract the lower one from the higher one, and that'll be your final. I'm trying to find the Fiasco rules
I love
here.
how we just managed to tie everything in.
We really did.
randomly. That was great.
Whoop.
I got 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not
you and
good.
I both had black 4.
All right, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I used the tune tactic with the dowsing rod. In cartoons, someone would have a dicing rod and would just find anything.
Yep, I love that
was
running
pretty
gag.
great.
That was fun. All right, here we go. Aftermath table. That's what I'm looking for. So, what is everybody's final rolls here? And so mine would be.
Let's just start with you.
Yeah, I'll just start. So black 12 is my final roll. Pretty good. All things considered, you're coming out of this smelling like a rose. You're a little better off. Maybe you got the girl, or maybe you just didn't get caught. So in general terms, I think this means, well, you know what? Well, yeah, let's go through each of them. and then figure out exactly what that means, like relationship wise and all that stuff. Because all of our endings will connect. I'm sure. Seth, what did you get?
White 14.
White 14. Fan-frickin-tastic. It's fat times ahead, safe and secure. That thing that would make your life better. Oh, you got it. Absolutely. And then some more. Enjoy it. I mean, I think it's pretty clear for you. You actually get your gold and you never have to work at Wendy's ever again.
Yeah, but we're also stuck on the island, so we'll see how the rest of them turn out.
Stuck on the island unless... I mean, you don't have to be. It could literally end up being...
That's what I said.
Yeah,
we'll see how everyone
we'll
else
see.
turns out.
Jason, what did you get?
Black 4.
Black 4. Savage. Savage, as in something is broken or mashed. Maybe you've got a permanent limp or a bad reputation. Plus, you totally fail. All right. Brian, what'd you get?
I have white 16.
Dang.
Fan-frickin-tastic. It's fat times ahead, safe and secure. That thing that would make your life better. Oh, you got it. Absolutely. Yeah. 13 is it says 13 plus as the last one. So you got like 5 over the original. Great result. Yeah. So everything's fantastic with you. And then Josh.
Yeah, I'm the same as Jason. So.
As Jason?
Yeah. Black 4.
Yeah. So not the worst, but pretty bad.
But pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, what do we think this means? I mean, I don't think... Well... So, Josh, your good ending would be you get to stay on the island, right? And live out your, like, wilderness fantasy?
Yeah, I think so. I think basically what ends up happening is that I do fix the submarine to get everyone home. But, like, in the process, I get... one of like an arm or a leg or something jacked in one of the hydraulics.
Ooh, yikes.
And basically I don't want to stay. I need medical attention.
Right.
And so we get back and I'm basically back to where I started with the same job, the same everything, except now I've got like a jacked up leg to thank for it.
I feel like
a pirate leg.
Would like a pig leg personally.
Yeah.
For
That's
theme,
a bit of a consolation prize.
Maybe for theme, but the experience of having your legs sore every time it's going to rain is not a pleasant one.
And also, you'll never really be able to live out that wilderness fantasy because you know that you won't survive if you actually got shipwrecked again.
Yeah. I'm back in my books.
Yep.
Having to buy new books because they all were
Right.
lost in the shipwreck.
Yeah. Jason, what about you for the bad ending here?
PTSD, maybe.
I feel like it's honestly enough that Jack got his gold and is off living his life
Right, and you
over
don't
a dumb practical joke that I made up, and I'm still stuck at Wendy's.
Yep. I think so too. Yeah.
And yeah, just the experience of going through that whole thing.
Everything that happened is bad enough. Yeah. And then I mean, Brian and we got really good endings. I'm not sure what my good ending is exactly.
You have your dad, and he can stick around with you now. And
Yeah, but I've also learned throughout this entire thing that my dad's horrible.
Honestly, I think maybe what even happens is that because of my jacked up leg, I have to stay home with the wife. And so the kid's super happy, gets to have both parents for ages. But then I'm always longing for the sea and can never go.
Right.
You're the curmudgeon.
Yep.
maybe you get here's what happens. You also took some pieces of gold and you got yourself turtles and you raised them at home.
Yes, of course. What's his face was very nice and gave me like a little golden turtle medallion, and I spent it to buy my own turtle farm, which I now, as an adult, 12 years in the future, run very successfully because I know the secret of how to make them breed very fast. It's the cursed gold.
You have a second gold medallion.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. What about you, Brian? What's Donner's Colton's good ending here?
I think my good ending is going to be, I'm going to keep the submarine in the island.
Right, you literally just have an island that gives you whatever you want, and you just for the rest of your life are just set.
Right. And Jason can be my slave. I mean, my brother can be there with me.
Well, I think Jason was like working at, or Connor was working at Wendy's for the rest of his life.
Connor would just be done with you. Like, I'll swing by, I'll say hi, but it's like, I hate going to the island because of all that. It's like, no, I don't want anything to do with that. You make me go out there because that's the only place you want to hang out.
Donna owns the Wendy's
on the island.
I'm sure I can find a way that we can get together on a regular basis. Because that's the way the thing works, right?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Things.
He just uses the dowsing rod to like make you have to hang out with him.
Well, no. Just it finds a way for us to hang out together.
Finds the chance.
Right. Whether it's on the island or not.
Connor's working at the Wendy's in a coastal city, and he looks out over the ocean and he sees the island coming for him. And he's just like, no, not again.
And I look at my watch and my shift ends in 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
all right.
And we find our triplet.
Right, yeah. There you go. Well, that has been Fiasco. I don't want to say that that Fiasco gets more ridiculous every time we play it, but I think that's kind of true. I think this has been the most ridiculous thing we've ever done on this channel in several ways.
We went from very normal to extremely supernatural
in like 2 scenes. So, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Good
Three-ish
stuff. Good
more
stuff.
so, but yeah. It was fun.
That was no luck at all. Except apparently for Donner Colton, all the luck every time ever. Yeah. Insert island.
There's no die roll, and I can literally find anything that I need.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as it's funny, we love it. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's Fiasco. Most TTRPGs will not give you that much creative license over everything that happens. But this one's just for the kicks and giggles. So, yeah. Lots of fun. Thanks for joining us, guys. Fun to have you as guest stars. We'll have to do another thing sometime. Whenever we have a missing cast member or two, we'll reach out on the Discord, I think, and see if anyone else is free and do another one shot. Cool. There you go. That has been Fiasco. We're out. End the stream here. Adios.